On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m. Papa Ashwa Kwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree/King Simon the Numero Beta or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the Numerovational Session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember you can get my books also through Linktree. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numero Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Greetings, one and all. Tonight, there's a special broadcast that will be coming up live and direct at 8 o'clock. The direct link is going to be from eToys channel, so if you want to go directly to that link, this is the direct link, which I'll put in the chat right now. I'll put that in the chat right now, so you can go to the direct link to watch it if you want, but I'll be broadcasting it over here at my channel just to support the sisters and what they're doing, surviving domestic violence. Just want to remind you right here on King Simon Presents, coming up next is this great brother right here. I fear the Duke of Tears. All happening on Sunday, October the 2nd. And on IG, we will be interviewing this beautiful sister right here. Her name is Kemi. She's a designer and entrepreneur from out of South Florida, from the motherland, and she will be in the building on IG live with at King Simon Productions and Chic in Print. So make sure you tune into that on October the 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as a matter of fact, she'll be promoting this great event that's happening, Ankara Fashion Show on Saturday, October the 22nd. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure you hit her up. Chic in Print at IG. At IG is Chic in Print. CHIC_IN_print. Yeah, that's going to be a good fashion show. More than likely, I will be in the building. I am definitely working on being in the building for that particular show. And I'm happy to be a part of it in any way that I can help out in any way. So that's why I'm going to be interviewing our sister. Remember, tonight's broadcast is coming up at the top of the hour. As soon as they start, I'm going to put them up. And I want y'all to pay close attention because it's about surviving domestic violence in our community, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Just want to remind everybody also on October the 6th, we have this beautiful sister that I spoke highly of on my IG early this morning, Dr. Alicia Watkins. She's the beautiful wife of Boyce Watkins, licensed clinical therapist, relationship therapist, certified couples coach, and author of a book called Drama-Free Conversations. You can hit her up at Coaching with Dr. Alicia on IG. It will be co-hosted by myself, of course, hosted by myself and co-hosted by Majida Majid, superstar journalist, writer, activist, and so much more. Believe me when I say that. She'll be co-hosting this show with me. As you can see, her face is right there alongside mine. And this coming Saturday, if you are in the Georgia area, not too far in the Atlanta area, I believe that's we're going to be at Campbellton Road. That's 3762 Campbellton Road. $9 is the fee. Only $9 to get into the 9 of Wands room. Saturday, October the 1st, 2022, of course. 3 to 9 p.m. I'm expected to speak at 6 p.m. Between 6 p.m. and 6:30, I should be getting on that stage to have fun with all these great people and much more. They're going to have an after party after that also. They're going to have a lot of great DJs and people spreading love and spreading the wealth of information. Also, if you want to learn about tantric body work and the touchless orgasm, here's my sister, Adara Moselle. Make sure you hit her up at IG, Adara Moselle, Dynamic Transformation and Radical Bliss with Adara Moselle. That's ADARAMOSELLE, Adara Moselle. And of course, have you seen the running interactive commercial? Baba Ashra Kwesi is going to be in town. Make sure you come on out. It's going to be, I'm halfway sold out. Place holds like 100 to 150 people. Those who came out to the Brother Panic event, y'all know the venue already. And there it is. That's the link tree. You can go to the link tree and show some love via the link tree. Okay? I'm going to give y'all a chance to write that down or go to the link. Hope everybody got that link. That's linktree/King Simon, the new motivator. And if you do appreciate this machine and the content creation of King Simon presents only quality people, remember, spread love via Cash App, King Simon 3158, or PayPal, King Simon, PayPal.me/King Simon. You could also text me if you want to text me, or any other links if you want. Okay. Just want to remind people also, we have vending space. We have a few more vending space left. No more food vendors allowed. No more drink vendors. A few more vending space allowed. So make sure, if you're a vendor of some great products or whatever, as long as it's not food and drinks, you're welcome to have a 6-foot table. That $99 price includes you and an assistant you want to bring with you. And all you have to do is probably bring your 6-foot table, and we will provide the chairs. We do have chairs there, elegant chairs there for you. And remember, if you're coming through Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, remember, Red Pill and Blue Pill have the Royal Chambers alongside Brother Malik, with the great staff of High Heels, Rashida, and the whole family over there at the Royal Chambers in Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia, on the 2nd floor, 49 Bennett Street, Northwest. And don't forget, November, there's a tribute to the one, the only Dr. Sabi, featuring KT the Arts Degree, Mr. G, and my brother, your brother, Victor Bowman. He's a special guest. And if you're in the Florida area or you want to make it down for this one-day celebration, I'll be out there for the whole exploration. So if you want to hang out with me on 3rd, I'm just making this a one-day celebration from the beach to the venue. Billy Carson, Ellison Nedra, myself, Dina Devine, and Joshua Sarah. There might be some changes to the flyer. I'll let you know if any changes. I'll know officially in the month of October if there's any changes going into November. Might be some changes added. Some people might be taken out. I don't know. I got to find out what their calendar is all about. But definitely Billy Carson said he's available for December the 4th. He already told me that. And I know I'm available. And I think Dina is definitely available. So I got to check on Joshua and Ellison. And make sure you support our brother, Professor Griff. Make sure you support our brother, Professor Griff. That is his beautiful new book called You Are the Song You Sing. Children's book, but it's also a good learning experience for adults, okay? Hit him up at 678-557-2919. Once again, that's 678-557-2919. And these are some great, I have 2 t-shirts from this great company already. Statement tees for vegans. Order yours now. They're going to be expanding a lot of more sayings and everything else, not just for vegans, but for statement tees, period. Tees and tings.com. That's tees-n-tings with a Z at the end.com. Hit them up. Their email is there. Their Facebook, their IG is there. Hit them up, hit them up, hit them up. In the month of October, myself and the co-producer of Holistic New Motivation, the 8-hour course that we have, we're going to be doing pre-recorded sessions from a male and female perspective from October 1st all the way to November 1st. So text your first name and date of birth and say you want the 10 for 10 or 10 minutes and 10 seconds pre-recorded session, and we will send you the details on how you can get it. After you circulate the funds, we'll hook you up. That's how we're going to work. Also, don't forget Lloyd Strayhorn. Hit him up at lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's lloyd-strayhorn.com. Make sure you're enrolled for his classes, newsletter, his books, and do a session with Baba Lloyd also. And don't forget udemy.com is udemy.com, where you can find my introductory class into New Motivation, Holistic New Motivation. That is an introductory class. I want to let you know that. And if you are looking to take the full course meal and you want these links for yourself so you can watch it over and over and over again and study King Simon's Holistic New Motivation course, learn the BATH method, text the word course to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. All right? It's only $333, but it belongs to you. 8 hours. 2 links. And you will receive them not only via email, but you will receive them via text also. Also, on sale now, my book on Amazon, the latest book, New Motivation for Mental Stability. People need guidance, need help through all these mental things that's going on in this world, all right? And these are my 3 other books with the 4th book. Go to Linktree/King Simon the New Motivator. That's Linktree/King Simon the New Motivator. And remember, if you want to book a session, my list is into October right now. So you can book it and you will be dealing with me live and direct in October, going into November, December. So text me your full name and date of birth if you want to be a part of that. All right? And don't forget, content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. And of course, copyright disclaimer under section of 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, so you will not see me today. You will see these young ladies coming up momentarily. I'm waiting for them to broadcast and get it in. And then we will put them up as soon as I see them make it happen. Okay? I see. Okay, here they come. Okay, let me pull this away. Let me turn off this music. All right, family, get ready. E-Toys, It's an Experience Surviving Domestic Violence. Coming up next.
Peace and greetings, peace and greetings. Eatoy here, and we are back on another Thursday. Yes, I have my crown on. I'm going to tell you a funny story. Before I get into that, I have a special guest. She is very dear to my heart. Her name is Samonica. She is my sacred sister. She's a sacred woman, Samonica. Excuse me. Me and her ascended together back in February of this year through the Queen of Food Rice of Pass program. It was such a phenomenal experience. And I wasn't dressed up. I didn't have this crown on. I didn't have the necklace on. I didn't have this shirt on. I didn't have anything on. And and as sacred woman, we always come through. So when we came through for sound check, she all dolled up. I had on a jacket. I had a ponytail in my hair. Literally, this is like 10 minutes before we hit at 7:50. And I'm like, wait a minute. You about to make me change my whole outfit. She said, come on, girl. You know how we do. We sacred woman. So I had to go and run and flip my hair to the side and put my crown on because, yes, I am a sacred woman. And I don't have to step off my seat. But anyway, I can always sit on my throne as a sacred woman and beautify myself at any given time and don't have to ask anyone for permission. So I want to say thank you to my guests for reminding me of that. And all of this I did all of this in 5 minutes. And the funny thing is, she ascended in us. So thank you, my love, for coming through with your Ast energy. So before we get started, I have to start with a prayer. I have to give thanks. So breathe with me. If you had a long day, a trying day, a long week, a trying week, let's just take this moment right now to be in this moment, just to be still and to be present. Because sometimes, we go through life and we just running and we 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 running. And we don't take time just to be in the moment. So I just want to say, I give thanks. I give thanks for this moment right now, this present moment. I give thanks for the breath of life because without breath, there wouldn't be me. I give thanks for my health, for my sanity, for my home, for my children. I give thanks for the food that I eat. I give thanks that the Most High grants me another time, another chance to wake up every morning just to get it, just to try again and do it all over again. So I give thanks. I give thanks to my ancestors. I give thanks to my Ori. I give thanks to my assigned guides. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. So today we have a special guest on, and her name is sacred woman Samonica. She changed her name after she ascended. I'm going to let her tell you about it. And this podcast, this show is about domestic violence, surviving domestic violence. um, it's going to be pretty touchy. You know, I know her story. We cried through the whole 12 weeks together. She is a strong, phenomenal woman, and I have learned so much from her. And I believe that we all can learn something from her. Because we all have went through something in our life one point in time. And it stays with us, the trauma, especially if it's not healed. So without further ado, let's bring in a sacred woman, Samonica
Greetings,
Warren.
greetings,
Yes,
greetings,
my
greetings,
love.
sisters. My love to you, Itoy. Let me start by with my Kemetic name is Saman. It's Shepsari Canoe, which means enlightened ancestors who raised God within me. And then I went and got a last name, which is Menya Resha, which means I cultivate divine joy. When I heard that, I knew that was me because everybody loved me and I love everybody. So that cultivating divine joy, it just fit all in there. I like to
Ashe.
start by um, talking about domestic violence and the impact. When I met Etoy, I met her getting off the elevator, and she was coming on in this for ascension, but I didn't know she was the one that was gonna hold my back, rub my back, and all that. And being with those sisters there, I didn't want to speak upon my testimony about domestic violence because no one else was talking about domestic violence. I ran in the room. My cousin, Sanefa, Queen of Four, and Queen S was in there. So you have to say that. You have to go out there. Don't get scared now. Don't get scared now because you may help somebody. Um, I don't talk about it too much, but I do talk about it. I still cry. I still have pain. I still have flashbacks. It's still there. My greatest acknowledgement of domestic violence is that I knew when it was time for me to go. See, I wanted to hold on to something that was not going to be. I wanted to hold on and looking for love in the wrong places when he was just abusing me, abusing me, abusing me. And that's where it started from. It started from my father not being there. And then it went on to when I got with my husband, I didn't want to have all these different children from different fathers. So I stuck it out. But at the same time, he was physically abusing me and he was mentally abusing me. He was mentally abusing me, like called me every name in the book, which was really hurtful. Um, Beyond the hits, the the verbal abuse was more than the physical. I could deal with them punches because he got punches and hit back. But when I lay down to go to sleep, the things that he would say, the names he called me. And then it got to the point where he was saying that my kids is getting big and he was calling me every kind of name and
Samonica, are you
verbal.
still there?
I'm here. Can you hear me? I'm here. Hello. Hello. I'm here. Hello.
Samonica, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you see me? Because you're
Okay, we
frozen.
lost you for a second.
I'm here. Can you see me?
I'm frozen?
Yes, you're frozen. You're
Yes, I
not
can
moving,
see you.
doing nothing.
Uh-oh. Come on. Come on
You're
now. What's going on here? Let's get that.
frozen.
Come on. Mercury
Yeah,
retrograde. We almost to the end. Come on, Mercury retrograde. Work with me now. Work with me now. Okay.
yeah. You're still frozen.
But go ahead. We can hear you, sister. Go ahead.
Okay, so where was I? I was at my children start getting older and the disrespect, and it would hurt for me to hear him say that. He would do this stuff on purpose. He would do it just because he wanted to go out and be with this one or that one. You know how I don't know if anybody else have known how somebody can treat you so bad because they wanted to do something that they wanted to do. So they're going to turn it around like you did something wrong. And this was every Friday. Every Friday. It got to the point that when I would pick up my kids from school, my daughter, she always be with me. When we would get to the house and we see the car, our face would be like, he's home. Because we would try to get in the house first so we can have fun and chill out. Because when he come in, it's just straight up. I have to prepare to protect myself in any form or fashion because he wants to go out and be with this woman, that woman. Women call me on the phone, coming to my all kind of stuff. The mental abuse that it put me through was that I lost who I was. I became like a slave to keep things calm around the kids, to hide things from people. So whatever he wanted, I let him do it for a long time, for years and years and years. To the point when I started working for HRA and I kept coming to work with black eyes. And my director, she said, you know what, Miss Warren, I'm going to help you. You going to leave that man? I said, I need to get out of there. She said, I'm going to send you downtown and sign you up. You had to go through HRA to get a special order from the director so that they could protect me to send me to get Section 8, what a domestic violence one. That was the hardest thing to do in the world because I had to find a way to get out and be safe. And I at that time, I didn't know about having police around for protection. But the Most High God works in mysterious ways because when I finally got the paper, the order of protection, everything fell right into place. I go to court. I ran into this gentleman I went to school with from kindergarten. He worked there. He worked the judges. I got the 2-hour order of protection with officers that they had to stand there where he could not touch me so I could get my stuff up out of there. And that was the beginning of what I thought was a healing, but it still wasn't a healing because I was still going through the turmoil, kids crying. He cut off all my assets. I was working, but I had got hurt because he had punched me in my eye. My eye was this big, so I was out. He stopped all, and then, oh, no. What happened was I slipped on the job, and I sprained my ankle. And I'm getting workers' comp, and he was tearing up my paychecks because I had moved out. So I had no money, no nothing. I was living off of pennies out of a water jug. You know, I have family and stuff like that, but I'm just talking about me personally. I always got help, but just from what he did to me, he did that. And so there was no way that I could get any type of asset back until it's time to go to court. You got to go before in front of the Domestic Compensation Board. And you got to explain to them why you're not cashing the checks and all this type of stuff in order for me to get any money back. But to make a long story short, upon going through this healing, this was the best thing that could have ever happened to me because it helped me realize the root of why I allowed this domestic violence to come through in the first place. See, I didn't know. I didn't have nobody to raise me and tell me nothing. My father wasn't there. My mother protected me from my father. My father was all dope. All this stuff just started coming into play. And at first, I used to be embarrassed about it. But I'm not embarrassed about nothing because I conquered that. And I'm still conquering. And I still get flashbacks. Sometimes I call my cousin Samonica. You experienced, I call you crying. I was drinking. I don't even know where that came from. Then it started hitting me about him, like how he would, bust my, black my eye, like this, okay? Where you putting white potatoes on it to draw the bruised blood out, and then your eyes bloodshot for like a month. And I got to walk around my kids like that. And it got to the point where on Fridays, because he's 6'5" now, I'm 5'3", and he big. And Friday, before he get ready to go to the Apollo to go do his work, now he want to fight me. So I had to start sliding razor blades up under the soap. I had knives up under pillows. I had even, my little son, my oldest son, he ran trying to protect me at 4 years old. His leg got sliced open. I was scared to take him to the hospital because they would have took him. I put salt in that shit. I put salt in there and he got okay. But it was just a lot. And to sit here and talk about, I'm even, what I'm doing now, I'm going into different areas. It's so much stuff. I don't want to start crying. I think I've gotten so tough with that skin Queen of Ford I put on me that I don't cry no more. Because he's still a cookie monster. He'll always be a cookie monster. And I had to change him to that name to save myself, to let my family know Cookie Monster and acting up. Because he would snatch the phone out the wall, all that kind of stuff. So they knew, we're going to come around, and chill with you on Friday till he leave. Because he was going to start a fight with me to go and hang out with this other lady who ended up having a baby, knocking on my door after I had my son. I almost had a nervous breakdown. So It's a lot. Like, I think this podcast is wonderful, especially for me to talk about it, because the mental part of it, I have never really shared this with anybody. The most my family know about me is what they saw from Ascension when they watched it on YouTube. They didn't know what I dealt with. They knew that I was going through something in domestic violence, but they didn't know what he was actually doing. And then when I was calling him in the code name that I was using, why I was using it. And when my sister found out, she was like, "Girl, you strong." I said, "I'm strong, but I still have a long way to go." And because it reflected on my kids, the only thing I thank God for, none of them have none of his tendencies. They have their little tempers and stuff. My sons don't beat up women. They don't do none of that. They walk away. My daughter, she's a hot mess, but she don't beat up men. What I mean, she don't beat up men, but she has her own. She's her own person. She's very strong. But that was just something else. And it was I've gotten no greater gift.
What was the breaking point when you knew that you had to get away? Well, first of all, I thank you for telling your story. That's number one. Thank you for the courage, because you to get up here to tell your medicine, because this is medicine for other women that have went through this and maybe going through this and maybe afraid to speak out or don't know where to go, and just in a shell. How did you get away? That's my first question.
Okay. First of all, I tell anybody in domestic violence, you got to have a plan, because you can go stay with people, but unless you can pay for them and save to get you an apartment, it's not going to work. And they have more resources now than when I was coming out. When I was coming out, I would call the cops and he would say, "Oh, she don't want to watch the cooking show." And they would tell me to take a walk, that he was fine. Yeah. It's not like that now. You can't say that now. You can't have no cops coming, you crying, or they hear you arguing and they tell a woman to take a walk. They don't, that's a no-no now. But back when I was going through it, they told me to take a walk. He told me I was crazy. My mother was dying in the hospital. The nigga kicked me down the steps. I had steps in my house because I didn't want to watch the cooking channel, and I changed it. And he punched me in my face, and I called the cops and I'm crying. They told me, he said, "She don't want to watch the cooking channel. She's throwing cans at me." Cans was on the floor. They said, "Miss, I think you need to take a walk." So after that, I started putting razor blades up under. I know how to use a single edge razor blade quicker than you can blink your eye, because I had to protect myself. And for every hit I got, he got stitches, hands down. Every hit I got, he got stitches. There's nothing to brag about, but I had to get him off me. I had to get him off because he would catch me sleeping. So I tell any woman, it may be even hard for them to save, because I don't know what type of irate man they're dealing with. They come in all different forms of fashion. Like, you have the ones that want to go through your phone and your wallets. No, see that we didn't have cell phones back then. I don't call the phones in the wall. He had one of the big cell phones. I didn't have one. So when you make it up into your mind that that you might die if he hit you in the wrong place, you go for help. There's a lot of places you go. Don't be afraid to go to the domestic violence shelter. You need me? You want me to go with you? I'll go with you. I serve him them damn papers too, because he ain't gonna touch me, because I'm not scared of him. Period. He can get, sir, hello, this is for you. Like, excuse me, you dropped your bank card. Like, here, this is for you. You dropped this right here. They're going to take it. What they going to do? But they have so many resources that help you now. And I have 4 kids at the time. So imagine me going to stay with people with 4 kids. He's tearing up my checks. And how I'm saved to leave, to move. But where there's a will, there's a way. I'm telling you, you take one step, God going to give you 55, not 2. He's going to give you everything. You just believe and just love yourself more than anything in the world. And it's going to come right. It's going to come to you. I didn't even know where I was going or what I was doing. My cousin till today, Samonica, she would tell you. She knew what was going on, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. And when you're not ready, you sit there and you take it. And you know what? You're just hurting yourself more and more and more. But when you're going through it, nobody can't tell you when to do what, because there's so many different things going on around you. You can't really even focus, because the first thing you think about, well, if I go here, what I'm going to do with my kids, everything you done worked and bought for, you invested in, how I'm going to get that out of there? He's going to be home. You can get it out of there. And you can get an order of protection where you're going to have cops for 2 hours. I don't know how many they give you now, but back then I got a special order of protection for 2 hours for the police to stand downstairs and let me get my stuff out. And you talking about my family, we was taking some stuff out of there so fast in that during U-Haul. And when we got everything in there, my daughter drove her real fast, because I didn't have my driver's license back then. I was scared to get a driver's license. I was scared to get anything. You want all my credit, maxed out my American Express. So at the end of the day, you make that plan, because once you get it in your head that this is what you might want to do, it's not going to leave. You're just going to figure out, well, if I do this, if I do that, let me go over here, let me ask these people, maybe I can get it set up, because they will give you an order protection that will last you for the rest of the life. Because I still have it to today. And where I live at right now, if I just say he's outside, they will move me right out of Manhattan and take me to another state. Before it used to be, you can't live in the same borough. Now I think because I'm in Manhattan, they would take me to another state if I call and say he outside my door. It's for the rest of your life. You don't have to recertify, and you don't have to do nothing. Most of the time when you go to that shelter, you're going to end up with a Section 8 domestic violence voucher. And don't be afraid of that, because I'm in a beautiful place. And I love it. And every place that I moved was beautiful.
Ashay, how did you know you was ready? You said you have to know. You said you wasn't ready at the time to leave. How did you know when you was ready? When was the breaking point when you know you had to leave?
When you got somebody with guns and kicking you with steel-toe boots, and you coming home from shopping and you getting pulled down, all this stuff, the scars on my body's still there. And it got to the point where, you know what, I'm going to work, and I had this black eye, and I had got promoted. And my director came up. You know how I have like the little burgundy here? She said, Miss Warren, come into my office. She said, that little stuff ain't hiding that. And I was just crying. She said, you want to get out of there? I said, I'm trying. She said, I'm going to send you downtown. She sent me to HRA downtown. And they gave me this referral to go to the shelter, but I didn't go to the shelter. I said I wasn't going to no shelter because I had help. See, God sent this director to help me because I didn't want to lose my job. I was already taking off. I didn't know how to get out of there. I had offers. I was dealing with a guy. He wanted to put me up in an apartment. I was scared. I was scared he was going to follow me after I left work. I was scared he was going to come to my job. So being that I knew I wanted to leave, but I needed help. And the help started with the director. When she because I was taking off so much time. When I came back, it's either if it wasn't a black, I had scratches, I had marks, some kind of bruises, something where I was fighting him back and I got bruised up. So when she said, and I had to tell her, because either I tell her or I'm gonna get written up or I'm gonna lose my job. I'm working with HRA. I was an AS3 eligibility specialist. So I had to tell her. And when I told her, she said, let me help you. And that's how I got out. That's how I got out, because she was I was a good worker, but I guess, I was just taking off too much. And then I had a daughter that was sickly with asthma. I was always out with her. I was walking around with machines. It's crazy. That's how I got out.
Take a moment to breathe.
That's how I got out.
I know it's a lot to take in, especially when you have to relive it. I know when we was going through the mud, together, and it was a lot of work we had to do. We had to go back and write letters and, revisit that. I can't lie to you. It was when we had to go back and write those letters to the people that hurt us. It kind of took me longer than a week to write that letter to that one particular person, because it made me go back and revisit the pain. And even though I wasn't physically abused and I didn't have guns to my head and things of that nature, it still hurted. So I can't even imagine when you had to go back and write those letters and revisit that pain. I just want to say kudos to you for your strength. Your strength showed through the whole time. And I just want to say I'm very proud of you, and I'm elated to have someone like you in my court, even though we are sacred sisters, I look up to you, even though we have our side conversations and, you call me and we talk, we don't have to say it on air, but I want to let you know that I admire you, for your strength and, and your tenacity. And that's why I had to have you on the show, for people to hear your story, because there are women that still go through that. And when you go through those things, like you said, you become a prisoner. and you become a prisoner also in your mind
Yep.
because you think that you cannot get out, of that situation. So, how long did it take for you? What was the time lapse from you
Okay.
when you finally got out of that
I got
situation to
out.
Sacred Woman?
Um, Years. I knew about Sacred Woman, but I couldn't handle Sacred Woman with everything else going on. After I got out, I was still being tormented by him, you know, and I was just all over the place because while I was trying, remember, I'm trying to get out, right? Once I could get out, I go stay at my sister and I'm looking for an apartment, looking for an apartment. She already got 3, 4 kids herself. It just was too much. I go stay at my mother's house for a little while. I'm gonna pay my mother, but you gotta still save to live, survive, take care of yourself, take care of yourself. I didn't have money like that. So I always had to keep going back. When I really, really got out was with, did I do that? When I got out was when the director helped me, and I figured that was about maybe, it took 4 months. Hello? Hello?
I hear you. I hear you.
Are
Go
you
ahead. Tell
asleep?
your story.
Okay. So it took literally
I'm in the
about,
back. Let's tell your story. I'm in the back. We listening to you.
it was about I say about 4 months. It took 4 months. Why? Because my director, remember, she's the director of HRA Euclid Center, 68 on 404 Pine Street in East New York. She was the director. So she's sending me to the director of HRA downtown on Skimmerhorn Street. They're sending me to the director of NYCHA, which then was on Livingston. And all that process took about, I'll say, 4 months. When I got the order, when I got the okay for the Section 8, they sent me to family court to get order protection. I run into Adrian, and I knew from kindergarten, and he said, you keep coming down here. You're not going to take him for money? I said, no, I'm scared. He said, you need to get some money from him. You're not going to be living with him now. I said, Adrian, I need to get I don't have no cops. He said, I know the judge. He went to the judge, signed the papers. I got I had like 35% of his paycheck. When agent came out, he said, you have 2 hours. You have 2 officers going to block him. He cannot touch you till you get all your stuff out. But then I think I give it like 5 months the most. I'm telling you, it worked. By me just taking that one step, God gave me 50 million steps. I'm telling you, anybody out there, you want me to hold your hand, you can get out. It's so much easier now. All you got to do is just put it in your mind. Just be quiet. You don't have to argue. You don't have to fight. Play his game. Keep everything the way they want it. Don't just try to keep their hands off you. Just play the game. You don't have to change nothing. Just be nice. The way they think they control you, you can get out. Get out. Trust me. It's because you want to get out without being beat up, bruised, or maybe dead. You want to get out where you can look back and say, I survived. Right now, when that Cookie Monster see me, he looks so old. Like one day I saw him, I was working at the fire department a couple of years back. And I was so happy and feeling good. And I came out and he was sitting in his car and I just stuck. I just like, I couldn't move. I was scared. I don't go around him. So he said, you look nice, smiling. And I said, and you look old. And I just kept right on walking. I said, come on, Audrey. And I said, let's walk fast because I didn't know if he was going to get out the car and try to get me. That's how much fear he had instilled in me until today. My daughter, when she gives my granddaughter birthday parties, I don't want to be nowhere around him. Nowhere. I still have it in me. I still get nervous. That's something I'm working on. That's just my nerves, period. He shattered them.
And it's
He won't know that.
okay. And it's
He won't know
okay.
that.
Healing takes
But what he
time.
will but he will know he better not run up on me no more. He already know that. Because I give him
I
that look
know
like
that's right.
you try it. And so I just have so much love to anybody, any woman that needs this help because it's mentally draining. You hear me? It's mentally draining. Everybody want to call me now. They know I'm on the call. They know I'm on this powerful podcast. Why they want to call me? These are my children, mind you. They haven't heard from me in 2 hours. They worry. This ain't nobody up here but me and the experience, the toys experience. But it took me about 6 months, and that's from the grace of God. I'm telling you, just knowing one person, and they call one person, and me being the person that I am. Just having that heart, just that smile, just like standing strong. When that shit hurt. When I mean it hurt, when you come in the house from taking your kids to school and you got a duck or you get bam, just knocked out cold, just knocked out, can't grab nothing. And you get knocked out and everything go black. Like, this is just not a good thing for no woman, for nobody. And I will tell you, for nobody. I'm telling you, when I wrote that letter and I thought about how I learned how to use a razor blade, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? When I thought about how I had to put a knife up under my pillow when I went to sleep, a knife under the sofa when I sat down in case he came and got me, and I'm there, I could pull it out. He telling my kids, get away from that bitch. Your mother's a hoe. All this shit, all that. And I can go on and on and on and on and on. That's why when people are like, oh, this bitch, I said, listen, we're not going there. You can't call me that. Because the way they talk about it now, I don't want to be called that ever, 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 ever. Joking, I don't joke. I don't call anybody that. You're not going to joke with me like that. I have a mental block on certain things. So if it takes a person, a woman, 3 months, 6 months, all I ask is that just try. You're going to get it. Because life is a 360-degree circle. What comes around goes around. You don't know. When you lay down at night, you get that feeling, I'm going to get out of here. But you don't have no guidance. Like, you just don't know. Everything is just all over the place. And then one day, God going to just drop that gem like, bing. And that light going to go off in your head. And when you make that one phone call, everything going to just flood and just come right out to you. I can't save the world, but I can give some gems to help you. That's all I can do. And if there's anything else I can do to walk through that storm, it's a long, hard walk, but I'm telling you, you stick with it, you're going to come out on top. You're going to come out on top because they're not playing with these men these days. Once you say something, they coming and get them. They coming to get them. See, I survived when they didn't come get them. Then you have cell phones now. You have pictures. You have pictures where you can put in folders and you can change the password with. He can take your phone and go and he won't even know the phone is in there. The thing is in there. There's so much stuff hidden. They didn't have that back then. Everything was out in the open. So I had to run for my life. I tried to overdose on pills, all these sleeping pills, and I never went to sleep. I took about 25, and I was sitting right there looking. I was like, so when I'm going to go to sleep and not wake up? Nothing never happened. I never went to sleep. It wasn't meant for me to die off a sleeping pill. It was meant for me to be here. And the beginning of the greatest healing was when I became a sacred woman. I'm telling you. I had so many cries in that bathtub and them candles and my son knocking on that door talking about, Ma, you're right. I'm like, just leave me alone. Trust me. Many, many baths. Many, many baths.
Ashe. I remember you said that at the beginning of our ascension, we all had to introduce ourselves, and you were saying how you was taking about 6, 7 baths a day. Your son kept going, Mom, what are you doing? Leave me alone. Go run me a bath. I gotta take a bath. And you know what? Give thanks to Queen Afua because she did the work for us, so she could be able to guide us. And those salt baths really work.
I didn't use the salt because I have high blood pressure. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What you were saying?
No, go ahead. Talk.
I don't use the salt because I have high blood pressure. But I had ordered these other crystals from one of the sisters on Instagram. So I use that with a lot of fresh herbs and stuff in it. So I use that. I'll use Dr. Teal's, like, it's the liquid. So it don't have so much salt. And I put more water than anything. And I'll be fine. As long as I burn my candles, I play my sacred woman music, I'll be okay. I do my little meditation, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. But it's not an easy journey. So for any of you women out there, sacred women just are listening to this podcast, just know it's not an easy journey. But just look at where you're going to be when you get through that journey. You're going to be where there's no more clouds, the sun will shine. And your face will glow. Everything about you going to change. Your skin going to radiate. Your eyes are going to be white. Because when you cry so much, they don't be bright white. Your eyes going to be white. You're going to have rosy on your cheeks. Going to be rosy. You're not going to be breaking out no more. You're going because when you go through domestic violence, your body breaks down. You start breaking out, and little things. You eat an orange, you start scratching. I had eczema. All that stuff. I had none of that stuff no more. And once I got out of there, I'm good. People like, what you do to your skin? I said, I just wash my face. My mother had me wash with Ivory soap. I don't do nothing. I just keep it pushed up like this, and I keep smiling and making people laugh because when you smile, it keeps you from getting your face.
And you are so beautiful
all the time. Thank you so much. Give thanks.
You are so beautiful. You are a diva. You are a queen. You are a goddess. You are an
Don't
empress.
make
You
me
are
cry.
so beautiful.
Don't make me
But you
cry.
are like your story is so powerful, and you are here to tell it. And you look so graceful. You don't look like you've been through any of that.
But I have.
You are
I
truly a
can show
sacred
you some
woman.
marks that I had to grab my head because he was dragging me on carpet. Took the skin off my knee. The mark's still there. Still there.
Wow.
On my left knee. It's still there. It's okay. It's not in my heart.
Wow.
It's gone. It's just something to look at.
When are you going to write your book?
Well, it's coming. Being I wrote the letters, the book is like nothing, right? I just got to sit still long enough to do it, you know. Just sit still. It's coming, though. It's coming. I promise you that. I'm going to start doing a little bit by here and there. Like my cousin is watching like now. She's talking about she probably, now she's going to make me start crying. This was good. Excuse me.
And it's healing. And I told you before that this is a safe place. For some reason, when people come on my show, they always tear up, but it's to release.
It's so hard
if
because
you have to let it go, let it go.
You know, when I talk about it, I start remembering more and more and more what he did. Like I have a block, you know, and the healing is what made me start remembering stuff. I start remembering stuff like what? And you know, remembering so much stuff about it and just talking. I'm just thinking about little things and I'm just here for anybody. I'll hold your hand through that storm because trust me, it's not easy. And I have 4 children. 4 children. It was a mess. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell y'all this story. With my daughter, that's 30, she'll be 36 tomorrow. She had asthma really bad. I used to have to carry the nebulizer machine, right? So one of my friends gave a party and I took all the kids. So when I came back, but mind, I'm not knowing this man is smoking crack on a pipe. All this time he beat me up. I didn't know he was smoking crack. I come in with the kids. I'm calling him like to come get us because, you know, he had a car. Soon as I come in the house, he want to fight me. So she's like, Ton, Daddy, fight mine. At that time, I had my oldest son taking up taekwondo. He picked his father up and threw him into the wall. And, you know, it was like sheetrock. So it cracked from the ceiling all the way down to the floor. So when he told him, if you ever put your hands on my mother again, nigga, I'm going to kill you. Now, my son was about 15, 16, but he was big then. That stopped a lot of it. He had a way that he would get me when the kids wasn't there. Because now the kid's getting big. See, they haven't seen all this growing up little. I mean, I can go on. I could tell you about one time my daughter stowed up a knife in a pillow. I told her to throw the pillow out. And when we were moving, when we had those 2 cops, I said, didn't I tell you to throw that pillow out, that dirty, the pillow they used to advertise on TV like a dog. She said, let me tell you why. When she opened that pillow, now mind, I had told my mother, they remember the Ginsu knives? I used to make pies for everybody. So this particular time it was missing. I'm moving. And I said, I thought I told you to throw this pillow out. She said, let me show you what I did. When she ripped that pillow open and told me how showed me how she sewed a knife in that pillow. She said, because if Daddy came to put his hands on, I was going to kill her. What kind of shit is that for your daughter? Well, she's older. I mean, she was maybe now, at that time, she's about 16. But for her to have it sewed up in there all them years in her bedroom, and then it made sense when we were arguing. She would say, Mommy, just come in my room with me. She would be pulling me, crying, come in my room with me. That's something for your kids. Anybody that's listening, that's going through that stuff like that, you don't know what kids be thinking to protect their mother. That tore me up. See, that's something else I remember. See, as I talk about, I keep remembering stuff, but that's She's such a beautiful daughter now. She's my home attendant too, by the way, because y'all
Give
all know I
thanks to your
had
children.
yeah, yeah.
Give
But
thanks to your babies. Give thanks to
I
them because it seems as though they were your medicine, your protectors, and your guardians as well. Give thanks to
mhm.
them.
They helped
Give
me get up
thanks.
out of there. They
You
helped me
know,
carry furniture. They helped me do everything. When I was moving out, my son made sure he stayed with his father to keep him from coming to the house with all this cats because he knew my oldest son. They're beautiful children now. I wouldn't trade them in for the world. They plucked
give
my nerve. They
thanks.
plucked my nerve though. But when I think back,
As
that's why I
they
had to.
should. They are your children. They are the
Yes.
children.
I had to get them out of there. And they were packing their clothes. They were running. Them little feet was running around like, "We coming, mommy. We coming, mommy." And when I finally moved, it was like, no more Cookie Monster for that minute. Because then he found out where I was living at. But see, I had already met this one, that one,
Like
that
I
one, that, and
breathe with you.
that was the best sleep. When we moved the furniture in, my son's friends, they had hooked up. I had the big DJ speakers. So I took his whole DJ equipment. I took the whole set, everything. I took it because I needed music. And when I got to the house, by the time I got there, the music was blasting. And what record was out? I think it was Noriega. It was Noriega. You know, remember that record? What? Remember that record by Noriega? They go,
Yes.
what?
Uh-huh.
Well, you know, you had the answering machine. So my daughter was like, when you hear the what, leave a message. That's when we first moved in there. And I had my phone set up. She said, "Mommy, let me put the message on the phone." And we were talking about the other night. She said, "When you hear the what, leave a message." So I'm thinking about that. And I'm like, yeah, those was my bodyguards.
Give
Those was the things that
thanks.
took me through.
Give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. I really hope to see a book come from you. I really you should start an initiative, mentoring women that went through domestic violence or going through
Yeah,
domestic violence or just have come out
yeah,
of domestic violence. Because that's a very, very touchy subject.
it
Very
is.
touchy. And there are a lot of women that are scared. And to see you and like you are living proof and you are still here. Every time I talk to you, you like, hey sis, I just left swimming class. Oh, my body is sore. What?
Yes, I was there
It's just like you
today,
just
boo.
living, like you're living your life, and you look and you are so gracious and so
I'm grateful.
beautiful. Like I'm just in awe of you.
I'm grateful. I'm humble. And guess what? Through all that soreness and everything today, the U.S. Olympic team is taking us to Riverdale on Sunday, the Harlem Honey Bears. You know, I'm a senior. We have our red on and black. I have to go get my nails painted red. You know, I don't like that red on there. I wear white or clear, but I'm going to put some red lines. And we all up in there. They're taking us to dinner. It's going to be for 6 hours. They're taking pictures. I think someone's going into the Schomburg Museum right here on 120 or 130, 50. So you know I'm cute, right?
Look at you. Look at your light just shining through. Look at you.
I represent all the sisters because here's a sacred woman that's on the Harlem Honey Bears, and they are known all over the world. I will wear my red head wrap, yes, when I'm going there. Yes, and when I'm coming back because my hair gonna be wet. You know, the little metallic silver one, you know, y'all all saw that one. I'm gonna be wearing that day. They're gonna be looking like because I'm the youngest one there. So I call everybody grandma. They're like 85, 80, the oldest member's 100. So I'm so in awe to even be learning how to swim with them. So that's part
Wow.
of my journey, you know. I haven't learned how to tie my head wrap a little different today.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm glad that I did this. So
But
anybody that's
is
watching
there
that
is
needs
there anything
huh? I didn't hear you.
is there anything that you would like to say? Anything that's on your heart, or any encouraging words? Or what is your next move? Like what it is? How do you say it again? Because
Chef
I don't want to
Sorry.
say it wrong. Your new name.
Chef Sorry.
What is
Chef
Shep
Sorry.
Sorry? What is Shep Sorry new adventure? Because you're a sacred woman, honey, and you
Um,
just out here vibrating and you just coming through
you
and I
know,
and I want people to understand. After the healing journey doesn't stop. I
no,
need for people that's listening. Um,
right.
Once you get to that breaking point and you get help and then you come through the mud, now you have the tools and the resources to keep moving forward. It doesn't stop. Healing is it goes on for a lifetime. But also when you heal, it becomes your medicine, and your
Yeah.
medicine becomes someone else's medicine. So, tell your story. That's one of the main reasons why I created this podcast, because so many people go through, mental health
Mhm.
challenges just from life. And we all just have to show up with a smile on our face, as if,
Yeah.
as if we're not going through anything. Sometimes we just need a hug, or just to talk to somebody, or somebody to say, don't worry, baby girl, or don't worry, son, don't
Mhm.
worry, king, don't worry, queens. It's going to be okay. Or and like how you had a resource for that,
Right.
for that lady to tell you, go down here, I'm going to help you. Open
Mhm.
up. Don't be afraid of what somebody may think
Exactly.
or say, because that person may save your life and lead you
Exactly.
to down the path and the road that you need to be.
Mhm.
Open up and get help. You know what? I'm gonna look for, while you talk. I'm gonna look for the domestic violence hotline number. I should have
Mhm.
did that before, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
post it here just in case, even for people that view it later on, just in case
Okay.
if they need help, get help. So if there's anything
Just
that you like to say, the floor is still yours, honey. Take it over.
you know, what I what I would like to say is that when your inner self speaks to you, you know that it's time. My inner self wasn't always speaking to me. I was trying to stick it out because I didn't want my kids to have different fathers, like this one, me and my sister don't have the same father. I was trying to stick it out. So why would I want to stick something out and this nigga's about trying to kill me? So I had to get away from, oh, my kid's father, he's giving, I had to get a job, and I had to say, I gotta go. And it took a long time. So for those sisters out there that need help, don't let it take 10 years like it took me. God saved me. You don't know if you could be saved. Like when you have children, your kids have to see this. They are mentally damaged. Let me tell you something. You have to just love yourself first. Love God, love yourself, because you're going to get the strength. Because when your children are around and they go to school and you want to know why they fail, I'll tell you what my daughter told me. I couldn't concentrate on this test because I thought when I came home, daddy was going to kill you. So think about it. When your kids see that going on, let that be your strength to let you start thinking. You can make a phone call when you walk out to take them to school. Just let them know you can't call me back. Or use a code name. If they want to send you something, make a folder in your phone. Put a lock on that. Nigga go in your phone. He gonna look to see for messages and emails and stuff. He can't get into your little folders. You can make the little folder and put a little smiley face on it like it's a kid's picture. They don't have to see the cover of that folder. I didn't know how to get on here, but I know how to make a folder and put a lock on it with a different face. The phones are a good help.
Mm.
And if you know anybody, they would like me to talk to them. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that because
Well, where can
everybody
people
needs.
find you?
I'm right here. When they come through you, you can put my number, or I don't know. You tell me, because I'm on your podcast. So I don't know how it would go.
No, wherever you want people to find you, would you want them to go through your Facebook, your Messenger?
They can go through Facebook. They'll find
If
me on
they
Facebook.
need any guidance.
I couldn't change my name on Facebook. I found out
So
how
what is
to
your
add my
Facebook?
name, Samonica Warren. If you type in Samonica, I don't think there's too many Samonicas. But I'm on Facebook, and Instagram is Samonica. You'll see Samonica _Chef Sorry Canoe up there. Because I didn't know how to get Samonica off, so I just added it. I did the best I could. I didn't know how. And I'm always bugging my cousin and my sons and everybody. So I think, let me just try to figure this out myself. So that's what I did. But either one I'm on. They can even go through Messenger, I think, and find me. Well, that's connected to Facebook. So all that's Samonica Warren. So they can find me there. And I'll guide them through the storm the best I can. But don't be
Ashe.
afraid. I'm not going to say don't be afraid. I'm going to say you can be afraid, but don't be terrified. Because when you're terrified, you can't think. You're all over the place. You got to stay focused, and you got to play the game. Just think of it as to play a game. Okay, okay, we're gonna play Monopoly. We're gonna go all the way around the board. I'm not gonna let you pass go, and I'm gonna send you straight to jail. We can do it like that. And that'll be the start of your beginning to get out. Toy, we lost you. I don't know if anybody else is here. We have like 9 minutes left. I'm not able to answer any questions if anyone have put any questions in there, but as soon as Etoy gets back to me, if there's questions there, I'll gladly answer them. Just add your email or text. My cousin says she's so proud of me.
Yes, she is. Shout out to Sanefa.
Yes.
Shout out to Yasmin. Shout out to Andrina. Shout out to everyone that is tuning in right now.
I can't see.
And if you can't see?
No, who's there? No.
No, we won't see who's viewing. But I want to say shout out to everyone. Shout out to everyone that's on Facebook. Unfortunately, you guys know if you're commenting from my Facebook personal page, I get a lot of comments from there. I can't see until after. I am fighting with StreamYard, like why I can't see from my personal Facebook page, but I can always see the comments from my from my business Facebook page. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that has tuned in. Thank you to my sacred sister.
I'll be back. Remember, I can come back whenever you want me to. You know, open me up now. So
yes, and I'm very grateful for you and your story. Thank you for your bravery. Thank you for coming through to Sacred Woman. Your cousin, she was telling you for a long time, but you know what? We had to come at that time, at that moment.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for the whole Sacred Woman camp. So I'm grateful for all of my sacred sisters.
Yes.
I'm just grateful, and I'm grateful for you. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence. If you have anything else you would like to say, you can before we get out of here. We still have a little bit more time.
I just want to know, you know who we are, right? We are the women.
We are the women. Okay. We are the women. We are the healers.
Yes.
We are the women. We are the healers. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Oh.
I will be open to coming back. If you would like to have me once a month, I'm open to that. Because I'm quite sure there's some questions there. You could give them my number, or they can find me on Facebook or whatever they choose to. But I have nothing but love in my heart to save these sisters out here, because you'd be surprised how many walk strong and smile, and inside they are going through it. They're going through it. So it's nothing to hide.
It's nothing to hide at all. So yes, I'm definitely going to have you back. Definitely going to have you back. And we're going to have some more questions. And next time, I want you to send me some pictures.
From when? Back when?
From back when, from now, the whole joint. The whole joint. Let everybody see your progress, honey.
You know what? I have some pictures that, you know what? I'm going to do that. You're going to see pictures of me when it was Easter and I had black eyes and all that kind of stuff. I tried to cover up with makeup. You're going to make me go through the box of hell. That's in a box. I'm going to pull it
It's up to you.
Just give me a chance. No, because maybe this needs to be done.
Okay.
Maybe this needs to be done to see how young my kids were and how they smiled and how I'm smiling too. And he's there and he's toe up. I know he was smoking crack. Maybe this needs to, I need to get him out and burn him. You know what? Because right about now it's in a box under my bed. That's too close.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I didn't even think, see what I'm saying? I didn't even think of that.
Yes, it is.
I give thanks and praise.
Maybe that'd be good for you to do on a full moon.
Okay, so when is that? I can't see out my window.
the full moon come once a month. Okay. We just had a new moon the other day, but the full moon come once a month. I'll text you when the full moon.
Let me know, because I look outside, I see a basketball court. I'm silly. Like I said, when you smile, I'm 63. When you smile, it keeps less wrinkles coming down. So I'm always
And it's working, honey. It's working because you are gorgeous.
thank you. Give thanks, give thanks, give. So I know our time
Give
is
thanks.
almost up.
Yes, I love you much,
I
and I
love
will
you.
give you a call.
Yes, because I want to see everybody that was there take a screenshot because I am so over it. I'm so excited. Happy.
And look at you was nervous, and look how good you did.
My sisters is on here. I just can't see them. Thank you, my beloved sisters, my beloved sisters. Give thanks to all you guys. I love you. I love you, Sanefa, with all my heart. Ari, if you're listening, Anu, if you're listening, and you see me, all that love.
Ashe, yo. So I'll talk to you later, sis. Okay, have a good one.
All right, you too.
Peace.
Peace.
Ah, yes, that was my sacred sister, some sacred woman, Samonica. I still didn't get her new name down packed yet. But I just want to say thank you to her and her journey. It's such a beautiful journey. She's such a beautiful soul and such a beautiful spirit. And you never know what someone is going through, and you never know, how much you can heal just from hearing someone else's story, and you never know how much you may have in common, with someone else's story. And a lot of times when you hear someone else talk about their story and their journey, it'll give you the push, or it'll just give you that much more strength, or that much more ashe to say, you know what? I can do it. I can move forward. I can keep going. There's a couple of pieces that I want to read from Queen Afua's Sacred Woman book. And it's from Ast. Sacred Woman Samonica ascended from Ast. And it says, empty yourself of resentment and become receptive to the lessons that your intimate relationships bring. Surrender to wisdom that each and every union offers your spirit so that you will not hold on to pain. Undigested or unprocessed pain held in the womb grows into tumors. Another excerpt. Pain must be released or it will solidify into permanent blockages on the spiritual, emotional, and physical levels. That last part, when it says pain must be released or will solidify into permanent blockages or spiritual, emotional, and physical levels, I resonate with that on so many levels because I was holding on to so much pain that I couldn't create anymore. I couldn't make my candles anymore. I couldn't make my soap. My mind was all over the place. I couldn't write anymore. Everyone knows I'm a poet. Um, I wasn't working on my book anymore. My mind was just distraught, and then that led open to spiritual attacks because the negative entities was holding on to the pain. So being that I was vibrating low, sitting in the pain, they was able to attach to the pain. And that's how I was spiritually attacked. And then you wonder why people, walking around in this world, their mind is deranged because they're holding on to pain. That's something that happened to them early on in their life, whether it's a child, teenage, early adulthood. And then you have these low vibrational entities that's out here roaming this world, looking to live vicariously and feed off of us humans. This is a true statement. This is a true fact. This is not an opinion. I went through this. Please, 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 please get the healing that you need. Please get the healing that you need. Don't be afraid to speak out. Don't be afraid to say, I need help. If you go to someone and they can't help you, go to someone else. You deserve to live free. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to live the life that you want to live. You deserve to live in abundance. You deserve to be prosperous. You deserve to live in peace. You deserve to live in love. You deserve to live in joy. You deserve to live in happiness. You deserve to live in abundance. You deserve to live in abundance. You deserve to live in peace. You deserve to live in abundance. You deserve to live in You deserve all good things coming to you. Remember that. You didn't come to earth for nothing. You didn't come to earth to live in pain and be battered and bruised and, mentally and spiritually broken. You came to live vibrant and do the mission and the work of the Most High. The Most High lives in you. So if the Most High lives in you, pull from that energy. Remind yourself of who you are. You are strong. You are powerful. You are creative. You are beautiful. Remember that. If you forgot that, and if you're listening to this, that means it was meant for you to hear it. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what kind of car you drive. Every now and then, someone needs help at some point in life. So you make sure that you get the help that you need. I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. So thank you for tuning in again at Eatoy. It's an experience. Yes, I had a little trouble with the internet today. Uh, you know how we do over here. But you know what? We're not gonna let nothing stop us. Not through this Mercury retrograde. I don't care. I'm not gonna let anything stop me from getting the message out that I need to get out. Okay? Okay, we gonna work through it. It's gonna buffer. We gonna cry. We gonna laugh. We gonna be joyous, but we gonna do the damn thing. Okay, we gonna get this message out. We gonna get this healing. Okay, okay. Shout out to King Simon. We are broadcasting live on his YouTube channel as well. That is my one of my closest friends. We getting ready to collab on doing some numerology consulting readings. But you could also, if you need a consultation with him, hit him up. And he had did an 8-hour raw and raw and uncut holistic numerational course to learn the Bath method. Hit him up at 347-496-1022. Yes, one of my closest friends, one of my mentors. He hate that word. My teacher, I am a student. And one of my best friends. I really appreciate him. We are streaming live on his show on his YouTube channel right now, and we are getting ready to collab in the near future. I'm just waiting for him to give me the okay to post that flyer. But until then, hit him up for a consultation. When I went through my nervous breakdown, he helped me so much. Spirit must have reached out to him and said, "Give Etoy a call." He broke down my numbers for me and said, "You in this cycle, that's why you're going through this, that, and the third. This is what's going to happen next year." And that is how I was able to get through that. I said, "Oh, okay. I'm going through this cycle here," because I was in my number 7 cycle at the time when I was spiritual, and I had to see what was a liability and what was an asset, and what was ever a liability had to go. And being that I didn't understand it at the time before he told me that reading, spirit was in the Most High was moving everything out of my life. And I didn't understand it. But when me and him got back in contact with each other, and he told me what was going on with my energies at the time, I was able to move forward and understand and be able to move with the energies. There's different energies out here that we not recognizing, or sometimes we do, but we just don't want to accept it. And also, what I also want to say, nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. So if you're going through something, just remember that don't have to be your life forever. Learn a lesson. What are you supposed to learn from that lesson? Learn a lesson and then let it go and then move on with your life. All right. So I just want to say thank you again for tuning in to Etoy. It's an experience. Thank you to my special guest, my sacred sis, Samonica Warren. I appreciate her so much. I love her, and she is so dear to my heart. Thank you to the whole Queen of Food camp. Thank you to all my sacred sisters. Thank you to everyone that's watching. Thank you to all of the comments. I greatly appreciate y'all. Thank you for all of the support. I greatly appreciate y'all, and we're going to be here again next Thursday at 8 p.m. And if you want to come on the show, if you just want to talk about anything that you're going through, or you have anything that you want to say, feel free to contact me. eToy Incident Experience. And you know what? This is the first time I ever said this is my 14th show. It's the first time I'm saying this. Please like, subscribe, and share the video and the channel. I have to remember to say these things. I am a content creator now, and aren't I? I have to remember to say these things. I'm trying to get a community going here. So if I get 1,000 followers on my YouTube channel, I can be able to create a community. So please like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So I just want to say, I love y'all, and y'all always know what I say at the end. You do something for yourself today? Why didn't you? Do something for yourself today. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Go look in the mirror right now and go tell yourself, I love you. Because no matter who's in your life, you was born by yourself, you're going to die by yourself. Even if you're a twin, y'all may not have the same date. So you look yourself in your eyes and in your soul and get a relationship with yourself. That was one of the reasons why I had a nervous breakdown, because I was so into helping everybody else and into everybody else. I wasn't into me. Sometimes it's okay to be a little selfish, because if you don't have you, you can't do nothing. If you have children and if you don't have you, you can't take care of children. If you don't have you, you can't get up and go to work every day. If you don't have you, you can't take care of your home. So do something for you. We all give a lot to this world. We all give a lot to everything else, because that's our good human nature. But you make sure you give to you first and last. Everything else is supposed to be in between. So love yourself. Take care of yourself. Do something for yourself, even if it's something so small. It doesn't have to be big, just as long as it makes you feel good. Because at the end of the day, it's about you. And you make sure you remember that, no matter who you are. Love yourself. I'll see y'all next week. Ashe.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Base. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numeral Base for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m. Papa Ashwa Kwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree/King Simon the Numero Beta or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember you can get my books also through Linktree.